Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Joe, that is Steve, that is Jay, and Manchester United have signed Patrick Dorgu. The Amorim era begins properly. His signings, his transfers, his way. Steve, you're checking your watch. It began a few weeks ago.
We've been here all night, Steve.
It began a few weeks ago, but now it's really here, isn't it?
It's months.
Well, a couple months, a few weeks. Are you happy with the signing, first of all?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to move past the fact that they dragged this out to almost the 11th hour.
Yeah.
Like, did you not fancy giving him a bit of a run with the team before the very, 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 very last minute? Yeah. Obviously not. Yeah, he's an exciting prospect. He's raw. He's got areas in his game to improve and level up him, but he raises the physical floor of the team. He's a little bulldog. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot to like about him. He's going to be aggressive. He'll make mistakes, but he's young. He's got very high potential, and it's someone that's going to add a little bit of balance on that left-hand side, which is crying out for.
Do you see him going on that left-hand side? Because I know at Sporting he has Amorim and he had left-footed right wing backs. I think Kenda's left-footed and he plays him on the right, unless I'm getting that completely wrong. Do you see him just slotting in that left-hand side and Delo being on the right-hand side, for example?
I think so, yeah. I'm not sure it'll be Delo. I'd prefer it if he could go for it and he could go with Ahmad and Dorgu and really pin teams back. I would like that more than anything else. But then, we still need someone that's going to play in the 10 on a regular basis. And a striker. I don't know if you knew.
Well, there's not really been many links to that. I know Lecce seems to have rejected Tottenham.
That
could be an option.
Yeah,
well, we say that. Yeah. Yesterday, David Ornstein tweeted about... it was a weird tweet from him. It was unusually cryptic because he sort of said there's been a lot of talk about Gyökeres, and we'll obviously get back to Dorgu, but Gyökeres' buyout clause being around 100 million euros, 80 million quid, but he thinks that Sporting would be willing to take around 70 million euros. And he said, if that's the case, I've heard strong rumours that United would be in, or it's strong rumour, he doesn't really tend to deal with rumours, does he? So it sounds like he's probably heard something that United would be in for Gyökeres.
Well, there's some talk of Quenda being lined up ready for the summer, isn't there?
Yes.
I'd be amazed if we went to Sporting and got 2 players from them. That doesn't feel realistic, does it?
Well, I mean, Selarang did it, didn't he, with Ajax, with Martinez and Anthony. I know, obviously, there's varying degrees of success. I'm not advocating that, but I'm just saying it can be done. But I think you're right. And it does feel like there is a good relationship there with Amorim and Sporting, the way he left. And I'd be surprised if he went back and just took their 2 best players. That would be a shock. If you're going to get one, I'd probably prefer Gyökeres, personally. If we had to choose, I'm not saying we will. Because I just think we're crying out for a goal.
It sounds like Quenda's all but done.
Well, depending on if you believe, is it a bowler in Portugal that was the outlet?
Yeah, but they went strong. They love one of those Manchester United are rumoured to be thinking about kind of vibes, but they
considering an approach.
Yeah, they didn't do that. It was like, this is pretty much sorted for summer. That was the strongest I've ever heard them go on anything. Yeah, so I was like, I think there might be something in this.
Yeah, around 40 million euros supposedly, isn't it? So
I mean, it's as a
we see a theme building, if nothing else.
Like from a business point of view, and let's face facts, Ineos, they're not shy of being business people, are they? It makes a lot of sense. How old is he, Ken? He's only a kid,
17, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know when he turns 18.
He's very young, got obviously many, many years ahead of him. So if you're paying 40 million euros or whatever for a player that could be at your club for the next 4 or 5 years and then get sold on for profit or at least get your money back, it makes sense if you're just thinking it purely from a business point of view. Plus, we've been snapping up youngsters left, right and centre. I know Kenda's obviously got a lot more experience than the likes of Chido Obe or Aiden Heaven, but there is a little bit of that going on, isn't there, where we're getting these younger players. Obviously, Diogo Leon as well has got to come in from Paraguay. So it's always positive you're going to get these young players, but Dorgu is a bit of a weird one as well, going back to him, because he kind of straddles both lines, doesn't he? He's a youngster, but he's played, is it 2 seasons now?
Yeah.
So he's not like
a little bit of a higher level of investment as well than some of the ones that you've just mentioned. Coming in, you're literally throwing a lot of money at the likes of Chido, Aiden Heaven, Diogo Leon. Only one of them needs to work to have saved you 40-50 million.
Yeah.
If 2 or 3 of them work, then you are absolutely quids in. And even if they don't work, because they've already come with a little bit of a rep and a little bit of a name, they're probably going to get sold for 12 mil.
Yeah.
So that might be how United start turning a profit. It might be a pure business decision why we've got some of these in. And they might be told this lad needs to get 10 minutes off the bench twice a month.
Yeah.
And then we'll flog him in 18 months. All right, cool. That might be the game.
You know what? I know it's, from a football purist point of view, it's not real what should be doing, but it's not the end of the world.
It's kind of what Chelsea's academy has floated their entire shit show. Yeah. Like their spend has been outrageous, and you going, how are they sell all them? That's why.
Well, do you remember when Lampard had that transfer ban and he recalled everyone on loan and there was like 80 players just arrived?
Yeah, and it was like, we're cool.
Yeah, we're all right. We've got 4 squads worth of players here.
We bought one of those players for 60 million quid, which was 2 years ago.
You know, no disrespect to him, but that was a great bit of business. Yeah. Did you see Coney's? Coney had? Was it against Oldham? Yeah, another one who looks like he's.
Yeah. I know we spent on him a couple of $100,000.
Yeah, I know it's only early doors, but looks like United are sort of doing things that make sense, at least on paper. We'll have to wait and see. We might have bought a load of players that... Do you remember that time we went out, though? We bought, like, was it Bellion and Liam Miller, God rest him, and Djemba.
Angelo Enrique.
Yeah, we bought all them players, and then somewhere in the middle of all that...
He never played a minute for us, did
he? Some kid called Cristiano
Ronaldo. R.I.P. Possebon.
Yeah, I really liked him.
What a player!
I saw him play. We were like...
half an hour.
I can't remember what game it was. Right at the very back of the North Stand. I could barely even see him.
Yeah.
It was like my favourite player. I was like, this guy is going to be it. Yeah, honestly, it was amazing. And then he got injured, didn't he?
He got injured.
No, he got his career taken from him by Pogates, the prick.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, that was.
Not that I'm holding a grudge or anything, but I fucking swear to God.
Do you know, obviously, Dorgu is slightly different in that...
On site.
He's
like Nicky Marker on Ben Thornley. I don't forget.
No,
Never.
I don't remember.
Well, it might have been 30 years ago, but I don't fucking forget.
Yeah.
Sorry.
J promise is a J promise.
Do you remember that? Yeah, that's class.
Well, the guy who's trying to have a go at Pickford.
Yeah.
It's called Sean.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of research on Sean, haven't
you? Sean promise is a promise.
That was that. No one does the meltdowns like they do. Go on.
He's a little bit older, like you said. This is probably more of a first-team signing, isn't it, Dorgu? Do you expect him to be, by the end of the season, our starting wing-back?
I expect him by the end of next week to be our starting.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think he's ready?
Don't know about that.
Yeah.
I know this. The low in. So
might as well give him a go.
You can see the frustrations that Amorim's got, and I know that obviously, we've had some positive results, but in terms of performances, watching him on the touchline, because I sometimes get transfixed with Amorim. Yeah, he's like, you can tell that he's a manager who's getting annoyed at what he's trying to tell some of these players. Not all of them, obviously, and it's just not getting through to some of them.
There was moments yesterday where things I thought looked like they were going right on the pitch, and he was still going...
Yeah, it's that. You can see that where he's trying not to, but he can't help himself, and he's like...
How many times do you reckon he barks?
Crouched down like
that. And you see that because he's like, where I stand, you can see, and he's the amount of times we'll do something, turn around, and he'll just go like that. Yeah. You think, you know what I mean? Like, I fucking give up here. There's no point in shouting at these lot. They're just useless. So,
Joe, we've not really spoke about it on a video. I fucking love that he tuned in the dressing room, though. I'm here for that.
Just smashed it up to bits. Depending on how much of it you believe, it does sound like an absolute meltdown.
He definitely smashed that telly.
Oh, that.
Have we won every game since? Ergo, flipso, facto, shut up.
Was that post-Brighton, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we have.
Interesting.
I like.
And also, you need them to be a bit scared of him. Not like every interaction you do in that, but like
when he flinch.
Yeah, when he raises his voice, when he says something, you need the players. Yeah, you need the players to at least.
Sorry, the one that we hid from him that he's found again.
The one that it's visible again. But you need them to at least sort of wince a little bit when he's going after.
I don't think we've had that.
Would you reckon he fucking doshed a chair at one of the tellies and then went eye contact with somebody?
Well, it sounds like he was just going round everyone.
Good.
A good 10 minutes.
Like a pure Roy Keane, we just drew kind of vibe. I fucking love that. Roy Keane's got a brilliant one. I think Dwight York does it on one of the, like a Sportsman's. They basically just went, Roy Keane just annihilated everyone at Sunderland. This was. Just went in.
The one about the tactics board?
Yeah.
Where he goes, go and get the half time, the 3-0 down or whatever, Sunderland, he goes, go and get the tactics board. So go and get the tactics board, his assistant, puts the tactics board up. Roy Keane leaves.
Puts on a fucking
everything up there.
on it.
Roy Keane walks out of the change room, comes running in and flying kicks the tactics board across the dressing room.
The visual learner.
Yeah, like he was bugging, fuck the tactics, it's about this.
Leaving the lads that turned up 5 minutes late for the fucking code, leave them. Just go. Yeah. Fucking love it.
Shocky said he was still sulking with Dwight York at a charity game like 10 years later. He was like...
That's a man that can hold a grudge. That's a fucking proper geezer that can hold a grudge.
You respect that?
Yeah, I do respect that.
Yeah, Chucky said when Roy Keane fell out with him for about a year, them two used to get to training early, both of them, and sit next to each other. And he said Keane didn't speak to him for a year. He said, you know the discipline it takes not to say anything to someone for a year.
Hasn't he had this with, I think, forgive me if I miss anybody here, Schmeichel, Giggs, Fergie, obviously. There's about 7.
Well, I've had a row with Keane now.
Yeah, and just not talked for like...
Yeah, the Schmeichel was the fight, wasn't it?
Schmeichel ended up having a right dust-up, yeah. Giggs was about... I think Giggs talks about it. He was like, he didn't talk to me for about a year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he says that. It's weird because him and Irwin, I don't know if you saw the overlap with his on, he said him and Irwin didn't have a crossword. He said they had one night where they were a bit frosty with each other because they had a row after the game, but other than that it was fine. But Irwin's proper
Sheringham,
yeah, Sheringham didn't mess about, did he? But it's weird, isn't it, that Keano and Andy Cole will get close?
Yeah, but I think people just have the pure wrong impression of Andy Cole.
Andy Cole's great. He is great. But he's one of those, though. He is great, and he's another one who won't... If you don't like it, he's not having it.
He's not having it. Teddy Sheringham since 1996.
95.
And they've played together for 5 years of that. Like, that is a hell of a
That's
grudge.
what I mean. That's the thing with Andy Cole.
And I think that... I don't see why you think that doesn't compute with being mates with Roy Keane, because I think that's exactly what Roy Keane's about, to be honest with you.
When you saw Andy Cole and Roy Keane together, you could see the genuine affection Roy Keane had for him was meant.
So anyway,
because he was so fucking good. Yeah. That's the thing. Roy Keane will fucking accept whatever you've got to give him if you're fucking good.
Hence the reason he loved Beckham.
Yeah.
Because Beckham was 8 out of 10 every single fucking game.
Yeah, all of the things that you think Roy Keane's not about, David Beckham represents 16 of them, right? However, never fell out with him.
No.
Never had a crossword with him. Why? Because he fucking showed up and he did what he needed to fucking do. And that's all Roy Keane wants.
Yeah.
Like, he loves Cristiano Ronaldo. Should hate him. Probably kicked the living fuck out of him for months when he first came. Loves him. And that's what he's all about. So, like, when I look at Andy Cole and I look at Roy Keane, I go, no, these live on the same planet. Like, he's a serious fucking guy, but he was serious about his fucking crap. And he's a fucking hell of a footballer as well. Does not get the credit he deserves.
Well said.
And that, to me, is why Man United signed Patrick Dorgu.
I think we've covered it extensively.
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest with you.
You don't even need to bring it back. These people are all United fans, I think, most of them. So, fuck it. They're happy with
I think as well, just one final thing on Dorgu. I don't think he'll be eligible to play against Palace. I think that's a given.
Yeah, too late for that now, isn't it?
Too late for that, but we'll see him.
He'll probably get unveiled on the pitch.
Oh,
that'd
mate. Nice. We love a nice pitch.
Thank you very much for joining us. This has been Manchester United announcing the signing of Patrick Dorgu. We'll see you in a bit.